Hi everybody, it's a beautiful day here and it's warm enough to finally give the minis a bath. So today I'm going to start by giving Clara a bath, and it's going to be tricky because she does not like the water. She does not like to be handled around her legs and her feet, and she does not like her head to be touched. But it is tick season and I have a medicated shampoo. She also needs to finish shedding. So this is something that she needs, and we're going to try our best to give her what she needs despite her protests. Where are you taking me? I feel like you're taking me on a walk.
Introducing an animal to water for the first time can kind of be tricky, and I'm sure this is not the first bath she's ever had, but it is the first one she's ever had with me. And so I'm not sure if she's still getting used to me or if she has just always hated water. But after that reaction right there, I realized that I was just going to take it slow. We brought in some low sugar peppermint treats for her just to show her that we are her friend, even though this water is definitely not her friend. We finally got her wetted down and we're able to start applying the shampoo and staying in her comfort zones, definitely on her back and her sides. In just a second, I try to get started on her legs, and I see that she really doesn't like her legs to be touched. I try to take it slow with her, but I do want to go ahead and get the project done because although it was a warm day, we are standing in the shade, and when the wind blows, it can be kind of chilly, and I definitely don't like the idea of her being cold. So I persevere, and she's so cute. She's like, not this leg, not this leg, no, not that leg. But we finally get it done. And I noticed there are some little skin lesions in there. I don't know if they're scabs or what they could have been. So I washed them off as best I could while maintaining a safe distance. Her little legs. She's just the cutest thing. Keeping control of her with one arm and using the hose in the other arm was not ideal, but I'm the only horse knowledgeable adult here in this house, and so it had to be me. And I didn't like the idea of keeping her tied up while I was getting her to calm down. In this moment, I'm just so gratified to see her calming down and getting definitely more used to the water and being less reactive to it. It's always better to take your time when you're trying to introduce something to your animal that they don't like, but sometimes you don't have the luxury of time, and I wanted to go ahead and get this done because the flies are everywhere and there are ticks already finding themselves all over us and all over our animals, and so time was of the essence for me, especially because tick-borne diseases are no fun to deal with. Generally, I would love to desensitize my animal a little bit slower than this, but as you can see, she was totally starting to calm down and go with the flow, and we were able to get the majority of this done in a very calm manner. So right here, I want to add a little bit of tea tree oil that is mixed in with a carrier oil, like argan oil, I think is how it's pronounced. But there was something on her legs that I didn't really like the feel of, so I'm adding a protective layer, and she strikes at me. And I don't know if you've been around a horse that strikes out with their hoof. Even if it's a miniature horse, it's really scary. So I decided it was time to deal with that and go ahead and hobble her. I put this lead rope around her neck. It's not tight, it's not choking her, and this looks severe. It looks scary, but it's not. So what I do, this is something very similar to what my farrier does with the donkey, because donkeys have a deadly kick. I just grab it right down there around her lower ankle, and what I'm going to do is lift that leg off the ground, and it throws her balance off enough that she cannot move freely around. This doesn't hurt, but it is very annoying. I'm going to slowly lift that lead rope, and she brings that leg willingly up, and I just use the other lead rope that's up there to kind of give myself a grip. At any point, if she were to lose her balance or I felt like she was not safe, I could simply drop that red lead rope and she would put that leg right back on the ground. I'm holding on to it here because I don't see her losing her balance or freaking out. She's just sitting comfortable. So now I can go in with this other brush and make sure that I'm getting that tea tree oil and the other, I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, it's a nice carrier oil deep down underneath that coat. She has a very, very thick coat. And so to make sure that it has been rubbed in properly, because I can't use two hands, I use this long tooth comb. And now I'm just going to work in a little bit more water, make sure that that is spread evenly as much as I can. And she's really not liking being hobbled, but it's almost over. Generally, when you hobble a horse, you will hobble like their two front legs together or their two back legs together, but that really has to be introduced, in my experience, that has to be introduced to the animal when they're really young, and that they'll learn how to not freak out about it. She probably was not hobbled when she was young. She might not have needed it, so I just did the one leg up on the lead rope. I felt like that was the safest option for me. So here I am, just rinsing her a little bit more, trying to get into her hair, really making sure that that cream got in fully, and she's so much calmer. I love to see that I can take the hobble off and she can relax. And Helen really wanted, the only thing she wanted to do during this activity was use the squeegee. So she finally got to use the squeegee and everybody was very happy.
This is the biggest dog I've ever taken on a walk. Don't roll. Well, at least you're not rolling in mud. Hey, at least she's rolling in grass and not red clay. That was not easy. We're standing out here to let her dry off in this wonderful grass field. We don't normally let her graze green grass like this because, well,
Is it good?
because green grass is very, very sweet, and dried hay is a healthier option for her. But a little treat right now will not be a problem. It's hard to force an animal to do something that they don't want to do. And we live in an age, in a very good age, I will say, where we are discussing consent a lot. It's hard to do this without your animal's consent. And it's hard to navigate that world of, okay, does she really need this? Is this really good for her? Am I damaging my relationship with her? Since she really doesn't want this, does she really need this? But like a lot of things with my kids, what they don't often know the best things for themselves, and so we have to make those choices for them, and sometimes it's against their will. But giving her this medicated shampoo today is really good for her. It's tick season. I found several ticks on her. Getting her used to the water is only ever going to be a good thing for her. Getting her used to being touched in places that she's not familiar with, especially with me. This is still new to her. This relationship is still new to her, and so it's hard to force a child or an animal to trust you that you know the best thing for them. It's a lot like parenting, but you know, preventing fungal issues, and this is also going to repel flies for a good long while for her. She's going to be healthier and happier for it, even if she doesn't know it. And so we're going to let her dry off. Not that clean anymore. But that was an adventure for sure. I have not had to hobble a horse with a lead rope in a long time. But I will say the last horse that I did that to was enormous. And so I'm glad it was a mini. Don't mind the cardboard behind me. We are killing grass there for a zinnia garden. You're still wet. It's so good. Shaky, shaky. I hope you enjoyed the circus, the roller coaster, the drama of washing a mini horse. That's all for today. See you next time.